everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Challenge Express, where we recap MTV's The Challenge Double Agents. This time, episode 8.
Choo
Choo
choo.
choo. I was like, how am I going to incorporate this? I'm going to do it. I am Tom, joined by my co-host, Nicole. What is going on, Nicole?
Hey, just had fried rice for breakfast. So
That's how we do it over here.
good.
Valentine's. I had chips and pita chips and hummus for breakfast the other day, so I ain't hating.
Yeah. Alright.
Also, not hating on Leroy and Cam because this is their season. What's going on? What's going on with Leroy and Cam? Are they gonna win?
If they win, they should just never come back.
Well, Cam better come back. Leroy definitely. If Leroy wins, he should not come back. Even though he's probably not going to come back regardless, because I feel like Leroy's a man of his word and he's not going to mess around.
Yeah. He already said he's not coming back, but yeah, if they win, that'd be a really great way to end it.
Yeah. Usually I feel good about Leroy making it to a final because Leroy is, normally known as the cool guy. Nobody really hates him, and he's usually coasts to the final. With this new skull twist, obviously you can't coast to a final. So he's in like a really good position, him and Cam, with both a gold skull. Nobody really is going after them. Maybe Cam because she's a bigger threat on the female side than maybe Leroy is on the male side.
Looking at the guys who have gold skulls, I honestly think Leroy and Kyle will be the last two people that anybody tries to get their skull, in my opinion. I think Devin and Josh are obviously easier targets to, if like somebody's actually trying to get a gold skull, they're going to go versus Devin or Josh, or try to put somebody in against Fessy to get Fessy out of the running. But I really don't think that anybody's going to be going after Leroy or Kyle's skull.
And that's why I feel so good about Leroy's position. But yeah, Kyle as well. The only thing is, Kyle does have some enemies in the house, the Fessies, because he's, getting into it and poking the bear like Devin. So if Fessy gets power, perhaps he'll try to throw Kyle in. But let me turn my phone off. But yeah.
Oh, they're sliding into those DMs.
I'm so popular. It's crazy. I know I can't.
It was Mom.
They don't stop. It's Mom. Mom, stop texting me. All right. Kyle, Leroy in a good position. The females, it's hard to say because there's still like 3 gold skulls left, so they're not really thinking about
stealing.
Yeah. And speaking of stealing, we did hear TJ say, this is the last gold skull until you start stealing. So came out of the horse's mouth.
Question. What if I had this idea? What if, please hold. Please hold one moment. What if they threw in like, I don't know, Darrell versus Fessy trying to get Fessy's like gold skull stolen. But what if Fessy wins? Does he get 2 gold skulls? Or he just keeps his 1 and then 1 is still out there?
I guess that's a good point because, last season we saw Jay had 2 red skulls.
Yeah.
But they didn't mean anything. But this season, there are only a limited amount of gold skulls.
They want 5 guys in the final. So if like one person wins 2, do people have to keep fighting to try to get that?
I doubt it. I think it'll just not mean anything. He'll just win a second elimination and TJ's like, well, you already got your gold skull. So
okay.
Stay safe out there.
Yeah. All right.
It's not done yet with Cam and Leroy's season though. They need to focus on their partners going into a final, being capable of winning a final, and then getting, like we've kind of been talking about, getting targets, getting final threats out of the game that have a gold skull. So
I think at least one thing that in like one of the beginning scenes that made me have more hope in Cam and Leroy, because you and I had talked about this. They say we want to be on two different teams, so I wasn't sure, like, because Leroy's made some comments like I want to do the final with Cam, but not yet. So I didn't know if he was going to try to be on her team, which wouldn't be a good idea. But you were right. They do want to be on separate teams to obviously their chances are going to be better. And not only are their chances going to be better, but if they come in first and second, that's just a lot more money.
yeah, well, debating on how challenge splits up the money, because last season we saw only first place for the guys and girls get paid. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, you make it to a final, you probably get paid more.
I was gonna say, like, I'm sure there's other money involved. Like, I just would have to assume the longer you stick around, if you make, like, there's got to be more money involved. So I just think if their goal is to get as far as they can on separate teams with strong partners, that's the best plan.
Yeah. And yeah, they're thinking smart too. They are thinking about using Leroy's partner as kind of a pawn and
Yeah.
try to get out Lolo or
Teresa.
Teresa.
Yeah.
So
And make it look like, and they're really smart, they can make it look like they're doing Casey a favor. Like, we gotta
yeah,
get the gold skull, so you gotta go against Teresa. You know what I mean? Like, they can make it look not so.
accidental, but like this is your chance.
Yeah, like they could do it if they're smart, they could do it in a way
Yeah, they
where,
can get the house vote to be a strong female,
yeah,
then
I hope
Casey can throw herself in, or somebody can throw Casey in.
that.
Shall we discuss Lolo and Nam?
I know, that's what I was looking at next. I'm like, we get into Lolo and Nam. I mean, wow,
Damn, that pair is messy.
they cannot communicate with each other. It is like, it's just not fucking possible.
Yeah, you would think. Yeah, on top of, I'm sure there is a little bit of a language barrier. A little bit from Nam. I mean, kind of like the Turbo effect. He seems a little more well versed in the English language than Turbo, but still, there's probably slang and stuff he's not
I
used
think
to.
a little bit of a language barrier, but also just like being a rookie and not understanding the game, so that like a lot of confusion with that and not knowing anybody in the house really. Like,
Yeah, there's a lot, obviously. Lolo as your partner is probably not helping. She's going crazy in this house,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I don't know if this game was made for her.
No, it's got to be hard. Like, you're used to one way of like, she's used to competitions in a very specific certain way.
Yeah.
So it's got to be, and she's been doing it for a while. So to kind of break out of that mentality and get into this is got to be difficult. So I understand why she's struggling. It makes sense. But
Yeah.
I love when CT's like, you guys are actually two strong competitors. Like, if you just stop arguing, you could have a chance here.
Yeah, CT this season, I think he's considering the season a wash, but not in like a negative way. I think he wants to stick it out with Big T. I think if he wins elimination, I think he'll still choose Big T.
He literally said in a confessional, "This season is a wash for me."
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he literally said, "This is a wash for me. I'm just gonna stick it out with Big T." And he's just like, "This is just a throwaway season. I'm just gonna ride through with Big T and see what happens."
I respect it. He said he's learned a lot. Even on, like, I listened to a little clip of like the challenge podcast with Tori and Anissa, and he's talking about how, ever since the dad bod phase started, he's been kind of an introvert, a little bit shy. I mean, you can't blame the guy. He's old, like double the age of half these people, most of these people, and he's coming in fat and not with many friends. That's so you can't blame him. And then Big T is all about politics, so she was able to kind of open CT up to different possibilities and new relationships, which will help him in future seasons now that he's in shape.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm fine with him, admitting I'm just gonna ride through the season. We'll get to it, but I'm also okay with his decision that he made in the daily challenge. I think just CT's done enough of these that he just kind of knows, like, when is it worth it, when is it not, what's realistic. He's pretty realistic about things, and in this scenario, he's like, there's only so much I could do here. I'm gonna ride through with Big T, but my only issue is if that's what he's gonna do and he's gonna ride through a Big T and just see what happens. Stop bad mouthing her in your confessionals. Like,
Yeah, I
you,
think that'll come to a stop because it seems like this episode it kind of
yeah,
came to a head where CT was like, "All right, fine." Like,
yeah.
and he even admitted his mistakes. It was heated in the moment. It was bullshit.
It was really fucked up what he was saying about her in
Oh
front.
no, no, no. What was he saying about her?
He was like, there's no point, like why, basically saying like this sucks that you're my partner because now we're gonna lose because there's no way you're gonna be able to, we might as well just give up. And like it was that's not how you make somebody feel good. You say like, hey, listen, the odds are against you, but try your best. Like, you know what I mean? You don't
I
say
think he was more pissed off about this stupid ass round 3 rule. Kyle's all of a sudden in the game, and now Cam has to go against Big T until Big T can beat Cam. I think obviously it came off a little wrong towards Big T but Big T was almost kind of agreeing with him. But I don't think he should have put her down like that because then she went in with no confidence at all. And you look at Derek K, he's going to go in against taller people and fight. She can get down and dirty. She can, get good position on Cam. Just because she's a taller, bigger, stronger girl doesn't mean it's impossible.
no, I just didn't like how he handled it. But at the same time, I kind of don't blame him for letting Kyle. We're jumping to the daily challenge, but whatever.
Well, yeah, that was what we were going to get into anyway. It's called All Brawl. There are 3 rounds.
4. Well, 3 rounds, 4 heats in the beginning.
Yeah, 4 heats in the first round, 5 at a time. 2 guy heats, 2 girl heats. They jump into a giant mud pit where they will search for an X-shaped object. They call it the relic. Retrieve the relic and jump out, cross the finish line. So that's round 1. Yeah, we can go through heats. Yeah, heat 1, Nani was hilarious.
Yeah, heat 1. No, when Kyle was like, Nani has it, that was really funny. That was so. I love like Kyle's. That's just
Kyle's comedic relief, honestly, and he's capable of winning. So it's that I love it.
Nani basically threw it and just ran out. It's like, oh my gosh.
It was so adorable. She's like, I've got
it. I know.
She was like, her face was like going into mud. And she was like, ha 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 ha.
She's like, yeah.
She didn't care.
Enough of the scream. I got it. Like, oh my gosh. Lolo, obviously, we'll chat about that a little bit, but Lolo got really mad because Anissa choked her. Anissa did choke her.
Anissa didn't choke her. She held her down.
By her neck.
Nah.
But Lolo didn't even have it.
Yeah, that's the messed up part. I mean, it's just sabotage. That's what it was. It was sabotage. What's wrong with sabotage in the challenge?
Anissa choked Lolo.
Anissa put her arm around Lolo's neck. Okay.
Yeah, for no reason.
She didn't put her in like a chokehold.
She did. She
was just like holding her down. Okay, from her neck. Yeah, it was probably uncomfortable for Lolo.
Okay.
But all's fair in love, war, and challenges.
Yeah. If she had the thing in her hand, maybe, but it was an unnecessary choke.
Yeah, it was a dirty move. It was messed up. I would have been mad if I was Lolo.
Yeah. But I think Lolo was more mad that she lost and taking it out on Anissa. But at the same time, yeah, if somebody put their arm around my neck and was choking me and I wasn't even holding the fucking thing, yeah, you better believe I'd be pissed.
Yeah, I'd come at her. Like Lolo came at Anissa, I'd probably do the same.
Yeah. That was anything that was like noteworthy in that heat.
Yeah. It's like one moment I feel bad for Lolo. The next I'm just like, what are you doing? It's love-hate with Lolo. I want her to succeed, but the way she carries herself around the house kind of irks me at times.
No, I don't know. I don't mind her yet. Like I'm kind of just seeing how it plays out.
Yeah.
Heat 2, Josh. So we had Fessy, Josh, Kyle, Nietzsche, and Nam. Josh and Fessy said that they were going to team up off the bat, and I was like, well, there's no way they can't win if they team up. Like it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Nam, he's starting to get the hang of things.
Yo, Nam's individual athletic background really shines here, using that head of his.
Selfish kind of because that's what Lolo keeps saying is their main difference is that she's used to like team competition and he's more about the individual game competition. But this is it helped here. What I thought was so annoying. So Nam pretends that he doesn't have it, but he does have it, and he waits to the right moment to jump out and run, unlike fucking Teresa. But we'll get to that. But what I hated, and it could have been editing, but Lolo, it didn't look like she was cheering for him.
Right. Okay, so yeah, I mean, right when Lolo won, a few claps from Lolo, but then they would pan to Lolo and nothing after that.
But it could have totally been editing. There's no, you didn't see it all in one shot, so there's no way to know if that was just her like this at a random time or if that was while he was winning. So
Yeah, it is hard to say. I mean, if I'm gonna guess that she was still upset about her round. If she was
that's,
cheering for Nam, that's why, and that's messed up. Nam just
mm,
showed out.
but she's half the reason, the problem of their team. Like it's not. I know she's like, oh, he doesn't encourage me, but it's like, but you're also so caught up in your feelings that you're not cheering for your partner. So like, they're both wrong all the time.
This this pair will not be repaired. That's safe to say.
Yeah, no. So we have Heat 3 is Amber.
For real though, Nam was a beast. I want to talk about Nam a little bit more. Like
Okay.
throwing out rocks, looking frustrated. I don't know. I was really impressed by this. I'm excited that Nam's in the house now.
Yeah, no, I thought he crushed it. Like it was perfect. There was nothing. Like I said, like he waited to the right moment. He played a good game face. He was acting frustrated. Like he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with his game at all. It was perfect in my opinion.
All right. Flawless victory. All right, moving on.
So Heat 3 was Amber, Gabby, Teresa, and Casey. Just looking at that lineup, I was like, all right, this is gonna be between. I was like, Casey's gonna win, but it'll be between Casey and Teresa maybe. So I was really shocked that Gabby came out with the win here.
Yeah, that was so strange.
I know. I don't even. It all happened so quick. Like so, Teresa finds it and she tries to pretend that she didn't find it, but she's like, there's something wrong with her. No, I'm saying like there's something like off.
Well, the challenge house does do things to people like mentally.
It's so weird. Like I don't know. There's like I feel like she's like kind of psychotic, like in real life, and like there's something.
That's how you get on the challenge, so I wouldn't be surprised.
There's something off about her, but like yeah, that stupid big smile on her face. It's like oh okay, you really think that's gonna work? And then she is right near people when she like breaks out to run. It's like
Yeah, I think because she was smiling for way too long and she just got so nervous. Like, oh, they know I have it. They know I have it.
yeah. So immediately when she pops out of the water, everybody just jumps on her. And I don't even know how because it happened so fast, but immediately it was out of her hands. So she didn't even like have it for a little while.
And then there's like wrestling going on and just like a bunch of people on each other and somebody holds it behind their back and Gabby's just like, okay. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh,
Weird.
piece of candy. I don't like I feel like if they run that 100 more times, Gabby won't win.
Yeah, that was just that whole heat was like really odd, but how it played out. But whatever. I mean,
But Devin was happy for Gabby, unlike Lolo happy for Nam, if the edit is correct.
it was cool seeing Gabby win. I like her, so I'm cool with it. As long as Teresa doesn't win, I'm okay.
Yeah, and Devin says like maybe it'll give her confidence. I kind of see Gabby as like a Natalie. Remember from Big Brother? She was a small girl, not a lot of confidence. Gabby is kind of small girl, knows she's capable, but she doubts herself at times. And I think this obviously will help boost her.
She's a trainer, so she definitely has, is.
Yeah, the only thing that's against her is her size.
Yeah. Heat 4, you have Corey, CT, Darrell, Devin, and Leroy.
This was a big boy heavy hitter round.
Yeah, it's pretty stacked. I looking at that lineup again, I probably would have said CT or Darrell.
Yeah.
And CT, I don't think he did a good job pretending he didn't have it. Like,
It's
if he,
complicated.
but he pulled it off. He was just moving with his feet, and I'm like, don't you want to like reach out every once in a while and pretend you're doing something? But Leroy even checked his feet. Remember?
Yeah, so that's when CT baller fucking move. Like he must have juked him. He must have like kicked it forward like hard or pushed it to the left a little bit.
Okay.
He juked the hell out of Leroy though.
Okay. So I didn't know if like Leroy actually felt it and was like, oh, okay. But nah, he wouldn't have done that.
I don't think he would have done that, no.
So yeah, CT did a really good job, even though it didn't look like he was doing a good job.
Everyone's like, guys, CT has it. Like,
Yeah, I know. I couldn't believe that. I don't. Maybe people thought maybe he did, but they were kind of afraid
I don't know.
to go at him. But so now we're in round 2 where we have CT versus Nam and Gabby versus Cam.
Yeah, classic welcome to the challenge moment for Nam.
Yeah.
CT manhandles him. I was watching this with my friend who like knows the old CT and he doesn't believe the hype when I'm like, CT still has it. He still finds a way to win these.
That's
and
what when we were watching
by it, and then he saw this and was like, okay.
Yeah, when we were watching it, Sean was like, I don't know, like, yeah, I guess CT has a better odds. I was like, no, you don't understand. This is what CT is built for. Like, this is like CT in the challenge. This is like the moment. This is the shit that he was made for.
Yeah.
Those wrestling, like no matter what, I don't care if he has a dad bod, I don't care if he's 50, like those are always gonna be his time to shine. Like he's always gonna dominate. That's why in round 3 we know he was.
Yeah, and I mean, going against Nam. Nam is this huge dude.
Yeah.
And CT just manhandles him, doesn't even give him the time of day to have a chance to win this thing.
But I liked how, afterwards he was very was a good sport and was like, no hard feelings, but
yeah. I like CT in the confession was like, I got Nam right where I want him.
Yeah, yeah. Like
he ain't going anywhere.
Gabby versus Cam, I didn't realize how tall Cam is. She's like,
yeah, I wonder.
Because so in this
6 foot, she's probably 6 foot at least, right?
I didn't realize. I knew she was like a big muscular girl, but I didn't realize she was also tall. But her up against Gabby, I was like, oh, Cam's much taller than her. I was hoping Gabby would put up a pretty good fight, and
yeah, Cam just twists it.
Yeah,
and I thought she hurt Gabby for a second because you heard Gabby say, "Oh, my wrist."
Because Gabby had that injury earlier from the wrestling challenge on the truck. Her arm was in a sling.
No, you lying. That was Liv.
Oh yeah. Really? Cam is one of my favorite competitors, if not my favorite right now, for the main reason that she's not scared. She's never bitches about like, ooh, water or heights or mud. Like, I'm cold. Like, Cam is there to fucking compete, and she's not afraid to get hurt. She's not afraid to get dirty. She puts all that aside and she just competes. And like with this, you could tell that all the other girls were like a little bit like, oh, I don't want to get too dirty. I don't, not like they all did, but there's just something about Cam where you see like that's not even on her mind. She's just like, all right, I gotta win. That's it.
Yeah, game face. Yeah, like Lolo said, game activated. Cam has the same thing.
Yeah, I just love seeing Cam compete when she just, I don't know, she's not afraid of anything. So she whooped Gabby's ass.
Yeah, so the final players still alive in this daily challenge are Cam and CT. How are they going to figure this one out? Round 3. So they bring both teammates back in for the respective remaining players. So CT has to go against Kyle. Cam has to go against Big T. And they have to go until both partners win. So Kyle and Cam have to win.
Kyle will never beat CT, and Big T will never beat Cam.
Yeah, that's why it was such a shame because CT just, probably had the moment of the season in a daily challenge, beating Nam in a pole wrestle. Like, that's elimination type shit.
Yeah. This was unfortunately felt like it got stolen from CT. It was just like his moment to win. But
And on top of that though, okay, yeah, this was stolen from CT. CT would have won the elimination.
yeah.
That's what pisses me off the most. He would have thrown himself into elimination and won against freaking Michi. He would have won against Michi.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Josh. It's not your fault, but fuck you.
Let's not even talk about Josh yet because I'm waiting. I'm waiting to make fun of him.
We'll get there.
This whole episode
with love, right? Make fun of him with love, or
I'll get to that. So CT gave up. That's something to note on our fantasy. He did give up, clearly.
Oh, I was wondering. Damn it.
That's a DQ. That's a
He had no choice.
Not a DQ, but he gave up. Yeah. He gave up. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So Cam and Kyle win.
That's crazy, that rule though. We're going until somebody wins all night. We'll go all night until
raining. I was like, and they all looked freezing. I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
It's not worth, like, I get why CT gave up. It's not worth it. You're gonna go all day and you
might injure yourself.
You might get sick because it's freaking raining and it's cold. It wasn't worth it. And they're kind of cool with Cam and Kyle, so it was like they're not really on the chopping block. Like, yes, they want to get their skulls, but like it just wasn't, in my opinion. I think he weighed the odds in his head and he's like, this isn't worth it.
Yeah.
Now, if it was the final, I don't think he would have given up.
No. Yeah, how could they have adjusted the rule set on this daily challenge? I thought they would have just did honestly, they could have just did whoever retrieved the relic and left the pool first, like time wise, whoever had the best time won. Or if they had to go to round 2.
Or they could have put 2 relics in the thing and had each team on each side and say, all right, the first team to get both relics out, one guy has,
Yeah.
But
there's things they could have done. It was like sloppy and just like put together almost last moment, it felt.
Really? I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that, but I do think like it wasn't.
Maybe it was like them like, all right, so we're round 2, but we have a girl and a guy still in the game. How are we going to decide a winner? But I don't think bringing partners back into the game like that were already eliminated made sense.
The only reason that I think it's okay is because it starts making everyone think this is a game of partners and the finals are probably going to have partners. So it's starting to make make somebody like CT think like, all right, we're starting to get into pair challenges, and the final is going to be pairs. Maybe we're going to have eliminations that are pairs. Maybe I need a stronger partner. So like, I kind of think that there's some benefit that it was set up the way it was to make you think about a team game instead of a team game.
Yeah, I suppose.
It still sucked to watch because
win,
but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we go back to the house. Cam and Kyle win. Go back to the house. Lolo campaigning around the house, trying to get everybody on her side in this little pointless argument fight with her.
It ended up working itself out later in the episode, so
yeah, kind of just wasted airtime almost, like her going around the house. We got to the club. The club scenes have kind of been lackluster this season. Would you agree?
Yeah, but
we haven't had any fights really. Not a lot. No hookups yet.
I know.
That's crazy. And normally, the later we get into a season, the less hookups because they've been in the house together this whole time. They lose that type of attraction towards one another, maybe, and there's just less people to focus on competition more.
Yeah, I'm shocked. That they haven't seen any hookups. None besides Cam and Leroy kissing. They are together.
Yeah. crazy. Yeah, we talked about CT sticking with Big T. Yeah, I mean, Kyle tries to get Fessy and Nisa as the house vote.
Yeah,
He
which
tries to rally the rookies. I mean,
I don't know. I think it worked out. I don't know. I don't know if that would have, because he wanted to put Josh versus Fessy and maybe think that maybe Josh would win.
yeah, but in hindsight, Fessy would have won that elimination. Maybe Josh completed that slide puzzle real quick, which we'll get to.
One thing that is driving me crazy about Josh that I'm not really surprised about, but this whole episode, all he keeps saying is, "I want respect on my name. I want respect on my name." And it's like, well, you have to do something to earn it, okay? First of all. Second of all,
he says he hasn't had the chance. You've been on 4 seasons, my guy.
he's had the chance. He's even had the chance to go into elimination and hasn't. So no. Second, you want respect on your name. All him and Nani keep talking about, especially at the club scene, we want to go against Amber and Michi. It's like, yeah, Nani, because that's the only way you're gonna win, and yeah, Josh, because that's also probably the only way you're gonna win. And you think that's gonna give? And they're Nani and Josh both keep talking about how, I need to earn respect. I need respect on my name in this game, and it's like, no offense, guys, but you don't have it. You currently do not have it because you aren't that great, and you're not gonna earn it by going against the weakest players in the game. If you win against them, you still didn't earn it. Like that's not.
Yeah. I mean, you could take away more negative things about the elimination for Josh than like positive than him winning. I mean, it should have been positive he won, but you could take away the fact that he couldn't throw.
If he was up against anybody else, he would have lost. That was the most pathetic elimination win I've ever seen. And he made it even so much more embarrassing because of how happy he was. Like,
so this is what it feels like.
It feels like, well, my first elimination win. Oh, thank my mom, thank Jesus. And it's like, Josh, you should just be like,
you should have said shit, nothing. You should have said nothing.
That was the easiest, most also pathetic.
I would have been pissed at myself.
I would have been mad. I would have been like, yeah. I'm embarrassed. I can't believe that I performed so poorly. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I whatever, but we can get to that.
Yeah.
Deliberation.
Scandalous Amber B voting against her roomie and itty bitty small committee member.
Yeah, so when did that come up? During
it's after the club, I think.
Yeah, during the chamber. Oh yeah. So I loved that Kyle was like, so Amber told me not to tell her friend that she voted her, and then Amber told me to let me know if her friend voted for her. I was like, oh.
Normally, guys, we don't like being in the middle of girl drama, but this was the juiciest drama to be in the middle of.
This is perfect. And for Kyle to be the one with that information, it's like, oh, I can't wait to see what he does with it.
Yeah, love it. And yeah, I can't wait to see the Amber drama next episode because they're both still in the house. It will be brought to light that Amber B voted for Amber M. So
yeah, Kyle's not gonna let that.
Kyle's gonna make a mess out of it.
Definitely.
They're trusting Kyle with this. Amber B, why would you ever go to Kyle and say, Kyle, I'm not going to vote with you guys. And also, can you do me a favor and not tell this person that I'm not voting with you guys? Like
in the club scene, Kyle was, when he was talking to Amber, there was like a confessional and Amber's like, I know like he's usually a snake and I'm not supposed to believe him, but I think he's telling the truth. It's like, oh, you're so nice.
Well, Amber M has nothing to lose because she knows she's going in. So she's just like, tell me if she votes me in, please.
Yeah. The one thing that I cannot forget to talk about because it might have been my favorite point of this episode. When for deliberation, Amber and Michi were saying like, well, I don't want to go in, and they're like, yeah, I don't want to go in, and then CT is like, so is that how it works now? I don't want to go in either. Leroy's like, yeah, I don't want to go in either. But that was so fun.
Leroy's like, shoot, I don't want to go in either.
Yeah. I love CT. I think it was CT was like, so is that how it works now?
Yeah.
You don't want to go in, and you think that you're
He's
not.
like, well, shit, I should have known episode 1. I would have said I didn't want to go in.
That was very the difference between Amber and Michi in Deliberation trying to stick up for themselves, obviously pathetic, versus like Ashley, when she knew she was getting voted in, that girl, she had some points and she was making everybody think. Like, another bad example would be Tori and Anissa when they were scrambling and making themselves look like idiots. It's like you could just see the experience during these deliberations.
Right. I mean, total rookie move. Don't vote me in.
Don't vote me in. Oh, okay.
Amber B is. What do you think about Amber B in the game she's playing? Personally, I think she's playing a great game.
Darrell's partner?
Yeah.
Oh, I like her. I think she's playing a really good game. I don't know. I really like her. I don't think she's too weak. We haven't seen her from a physical standpoint yet. Like, we haven't really seen what she's capable of. But as far as a political game goes, I like her. And as far as her personality goes, I like her. I like how she wasn't letting Teresa. She's like, I'm not arguing with you. I'm not fighting with you. I also like how she didn't give up in that challenge. Like, she's done a lot of things that I like.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she has like the least amount of enemies in the house. I think she just created her first enemy in the weakest girl.
Yeah.
So you can't be mad at that.
That's exactly what she was saying. Like, she was weighing her odds and she's like, everybody's voting for her. So like, you're still going to have all of those people on your side. Your only person that's going to be against you now is the weakest girl in the house who's going to get voted out. Like,
yeah. Straight up. Yeah, I mean, Amber B had to do what she had to do.
When they went in the chamber, when they went to go tell us the compromised agents, and it was pretty obvious, like up to that point, that it was going to be Amber and Michi, and they kind of toyed with maybe it'll be Fessy and Anissa.
They got me. They got me.
Oh, they did? This is the first episode where they didn't tell us right away. And I immediately said, I was like, it's going to be Amber and Michi. But it was so predictable that they had to make it like this edgy thing.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, I was watching with my friend and he said the same thing. And I'm like, are you sure, man? Did you see their reaction? Like, I totally got by the MTV edit.
Okay. I knew that's exactly what they were trying to make it look like it was Anissa and Fessy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, but my friend was like, yeah, but why would Cam react like that if it was Anissa and Fessy? And I was like, oh, yeah, you're right.
All right, elimination.
So elimination, we see that it's the same one that Tori miserably failed at.
What, the second time they've done this?
Yeah, and this is the second elimination repeat. We've seen two eliminations done twice.
They've switched them like a little bit. They've made them a little bit more interesting each time.
They made it apparently more difficult. I don't know if that's because each time they made it more difficult, it was a guy's elimination.
True. What do you think about this? I don't know if I care.
What about adding the puzzle?
No, about I don't remember any season where I've seen the same elimination twice.
Oh yeah, there have been seasons. Yeah, where they only have like 4 eliminations and they kind of run through the same 4.
Actually, yeah, one of the old seasons I watched, they had the wheel.
Yeah. So there have been seasons.
For a while they haven't done this. At least in like 5 years, I haven't seen this.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it, I guess, as long as the elimination is good. I'd rather see a good elimination done twice than, a fucked up kind of chancy elimination or a non-entertaining one.
I didn't mind this one twice because it was such a flop the first time with Tori that I was kind of interested to see like the guys do it. And it's also, you're right.
Yeah.
They did it twice, but it was once for the girls and once for the guys. So
I don't mind that for
sure.
Yeah, so it's called Asset Destruction. Double agents end up voting in Josh and Nani to go against Michi and Amber. I feel any type of way about that. I feel like that was kind of their only move to make. I mean, they could have done other moves, I suppose, but Cam wanted to do Josh a favor. Kyle was former partners with Nani, so maybe he feels some type of loyalty to her to maybe give her that shot.
I think this was a very safe decision for them to make. They're sitting in a pretty good position right now, so
after all that Kyle talk throughout the whole episode of I'm gonna do something with this power.
Yeah, but it could
He
have
kind of
really,
got backed into a corner with Amber, M, and Michi being the house vote.
I also think that Cam talked some sense into him. I think that Cam is really smart, and I think she really she's so good. I think she really thinks about all the different angles of the game, and I don't think she plays with emotions too much. The only type of emotion I would say is maybe she thinks about Leroy's game also in addition to hers, but obviously, but I really think like somebody like Kyle and Josh and others who play with emotion, I think Cam is really smart with like playing out all the different scenarios and choosing what's best.
Yeah, Cam is, Cam came in with multiple kind of like personalities or titles, Killer Cam, Queen Cam. She's lived up to all of those.
Yeah.
So you can't hate it.
No, I love her. She's my favorite right now. Now that I don't like Tori anymore, she's my favorite.
Yeah, don't hate the hustle. So, slide puzzle before we get to this elimination that we've seen before. Personally, I don't think I'm good with slide puzzles, so I probably would have struggled. It's hard to say.
Here's another example of they could easily put that slide puzzle online for us to try.
Right. Yeah, come on now.
Come on, MTV.
See if I could beat Josh. But let's give our kudos to Josh on this slide puzzle.
Yeah.
He didn't panic, which he usually does with puzzles. If you remember the first ever season he was on, episode 1 of War of the Worlds, he was eliminated because he couldn't complete that tanagram puzzle, and then got brought back into the game as Amanda's partner because Alan broke his arm or something. Yeah, it was a long time ago, or kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he finished it really fast. But I do think there is something to these slide puzzles that like there is a little bit of luck where if you just happen to move the right ones around, it kind of falls into place. And if you just happen to do it the wrong, like you can get really back into a corner where you're like, shit, I need to like undo everything I just did. So yes, he did it really fast.
Yeah. I thought there was going to be something after that. You're like, nope, he did it fast.
Like a little bit of luck, but yeah, he did it fast. And regardless, Michi totally shit the bed, and there's no excuse for how poorly Michi did on his part.
Yeah, he had a lot of time. Before we get to that, so it looks like MTV set up the puzzles away from the crowd. Usually the crowd, you can see the crowd helping, but it was harder for the crowd to help in this puzzle.
But you can't help in a slide puzzle.
Yeah, I would Champs vs. Stars, one of them. Maybe I'm wrong, but I remember Wes. I think it was Wes guiding somebody through a slide puzzle. And even way back in the day on the Gauntlet, there was this guy named Frank who was like, middle piece, left. All right, now move that piece left. Okay. Like he was on point. Okay. Like he knew it.
You can, okay, yes, I'm sorry. I take that back. You can guide somebody through a slide puzzle. You could just like be like, all right, if there's 9, just label them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and say like, all right, 2 down, whatever. What you can't do with what Michi tried to do was look at Josh's puzzle to help him complete his puzzle.
Imagine he looks at his Josh's puzzle. Oh, it's a skull. Like, okay.
Skull, because you see the skull behind you. Like, I don't think he was trying to see what the image was. I think he was like, thought that it would somehow give him the answer of
yeah. He was just really flustered, I'm sure.
Yeah, but okay, can we just get into
I wanted to just see him complete it to see if he could just catch up to Josh, because let's
exactly
get into it.
It's funny, it's like another Tori scenario. I really just wanted to see him complete the puzzle because Josh obviously was doing the most.
Embarrassingly bad. Like, he didn't even deserve to be on this show at this point.
He didn't deserve to win this after watching that. Like, that was so bad. I'm really, really wanted to see Michi complete the puzzle because I just wanted to see him throw the ball and get one and be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh,
So, like, what the hell? Have you ever, I mean, this is obviously what everybody's saying, but I have to repeat it. Have you ever thrown a ball?
I don't understand what he was doing. Also, that I'm shocked the way he acted when he won because everybody was laughing at him.
Yeah, and then he calls out Devin. I'll see you in a hall brawl next. And Devin, obviously, with the appropriate response of "Let's just hope we don't have to throw balls before we get into the hall." Like,
yeah, Josh was way too cocky afterwards. It's like, do you not realize that everyone was just laughing at you because of how poorly you performed? Even TJ was cracking up, like, what is happening?
was he? Okay, I missed that for
Oh,
the
yeah, I
points.
have TJ last, yeah, fantasy.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, we heard we know that sometimes eliminations are funnier than MTV wants to lead on to. Like when Rogan and Bananas faced off in the final, apparently it was hilarious. They didn't edit it like it was hilarious.
Because they want to look like this hard competition, and especially with an elimination, right? They don't want to look funny.
Yes. So they probably didn't edit this to as funny as it actually was, but they still added the comedic relief because you had to. There was no avoiding it. But you heard Darrell say like this is probably the funniest moment ever on for elimination.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like, listen, things are embarrassing and things happen. But when you win, Josh, you keep your mouth shut and you just take that win and you walk away. You don't sit there saying, "Oh, I'm gonna fight you next because now I want an elimination. This is what it feels like. Thank my mom, thank my dad." Like, what do you do?
And you know he's running through the house like
Acting.
I proved myself. I got respect on my name now.
My name now. It's like, no, no. If anything, you have less.
You added more disrespect to your name. I'm pretty sure.
You need to work even harder now so people forget about that because that was bad.
And now people really want to go against you in elimination.
And listen, I know I'm tearing Josh like down right now. I do want to see him on the challenge show. I do enjoy watching him for reasons.
Yeah.
I don't hate him, but like he's just really goofy.
Yeah.
And like doesn't know how to read a room. He's just very social. He socially is just has like blinders on. Okay.
Yeah. I feel the same way. Yeah, I don't know how to exactly pinpoint how I feel about Josh. I love making fun of him. He does irritate me, but I also don't mind him for some reason. Like,
it's not like Kara, who I can't stand and I would rather never see on the challenge again. Like Josh, I kind of can't stand, but I want to keep seeing him.
Yeah, it's so weird. But yeah, so Josh gets his gold skull. We'll see how long he can keep his gold skull. You have to expect he will be seeing another elimination.
Yeah, I was kind of playing through that in my head. Do you think that people will let Devin keep his to have somebody easy in the final, or do you think they're going to fight for the easy skulls?
Yeah, that's a good point. If you want, well, it depends. It all depends on these people with no skulls. Obviously, these people with no skulls don't care about letting Devin keep his gold skull to get to the final. They need to get their gold skull no matter what. So if you have a gold skull, like if you're Kyle or Leroy, maybe you want to try to keep Devin safe.
Yes, I think the people with gold skulls, if they're in power, they're going to try to keep the weaker people with gold skulls in the game.
Yeah.
If it's without a gold skull in power, they're going to go after the weak ones.
Yeah, and they're going to try to keep all these strong final threats out of elimination in general, I think. But it's weird how, what if, so yeah, no more guy skulls. What if, say, Darrell and CT go into elimination? It just doesn't mean anything. Can that happen?
Oh, I bet you it can happen, and then it's just for nothing. Yeah,
it's just to stay in the game.
Yeah, you're right. I bet you that could happen. I don't see people doing that, but I guess it could. Actually, for somebody with a gold skull, that would be really smart.
Yeah, and at one point, gold skulls will be a majority of the house, so it'll be almost easy to make that happen.
Honestly, what they should do is they should put like CT against Fessy or like Darrell against Fessy and try to knock out.
Yeah, for sure. Nam, I mean, all the guys with no skulls are heavy hitters. So honestly,
Really quick, just I want to note there are a couple fantasy items that I think are worth noting. After Josh won, he cried, so that's funny. Um, well, number two, TJ said to Michi, "I hope to see you in the future."
yeah, I know that was surprising, but Michi is a funny dude.
I know, but I'm like,
Um,
almost like when TJ was saying it, he almost like in the middle of saying it, like regretted saying it, and then he just
yeah,
finished. Like, do you really? He didn't do well.
yeah. Do you want to see Michi in the future? I don't care.
I don't have anything against him, but
I always like a good. I think he has a great sense of humor, and I would love to hear from him in the future. So, and he's a quick guy. He can be a threat in some of these competitions.
yeah, I just didn't see him carrying enough. This like saying like I don't want to go in. Like you gotta try to want to win, right?
Yeah, and even when he lost and said that he would do another one, I wanted to hear like, "I'll come back in better shape. I'll come back more prepared." He just said, "Yeah, I'll come back and try to win a million."
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. But I just thought that was funny because TJ's only said it 2 or 3 times. I think that was the second time he said it.
Yeah, he
And
said it to Natalie. Might be
yeah,
the third. Might be the third.
okay. And I was like, really? You chose Michi to say it too? But whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, Michi goes home. Josh gets his gold skull. Josh stays with Nani. Um, and then any other pairs formed? Did any other pairs? There's a female rogue agent, which means it will be a female elimination.
Amber M is the rogue agent.
Amber M is the rogue agent.
Isn't that bad? Doesn't that mean that she can't go? No, she can still go into elimination, but she can't.
No, she can't go into elimination. She can't. She can't compete in the daily challenge, and she can't get votes.
So, so that sucks for the house.
Yeah, because now it's got to be a heavy hitter elimination between the girls because Amber M's kind of the only real big layup left. I don't know if you consider Big T. I don't think Big T's as big as a layup as Amber M.
Being a rogue agent, you literally get a free pass of having to do a daily challenge. You can't get voted into elimination. Like, that's so stupid.
That's what I was saying with like Devin. Like if Devin could be the rogue agent every time, he would be because he'll skate to the final for free.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that sucks. That means Big T's probably going home, or Amber B, or honestly,
Or maybe we'll just see like from foreshadowing from the beginning of this episode, like Cam trying to get Casey to go against a big threat, Lolo Teresa.
yeah. Honestly, if somebody wants an easy skull, they can go against Nani. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Nani is not that big of a layup. I think she is like super mediocre. Like the definition of like mediocre.
I think
Likely won't win an elimination, but I could see her winning one against a Big T or an Amber M.
I think Anissa is a much bigger threat than Nani. So
In elimination, for sure. I think Nani's a bigger threat in a final than Anissa. Nani is like I said, super mediocre. She'll get to the finish line, like, but it won't be the quickest.
You want to know what I never want to be called in my life? Super mediocre. I never want to be called. I'd rather be called like.
I think that's our new podcast name. We're the super mediocre podcast. Our first guest appearance will be Nani Gonzalez.
Hey, I love her. I mean, as a person, but just All right, I'm done.
Yeah. All right. I think we're done.
All right, bye.
Yeah. See ya. Next on, I don't remember what the next
Next
challenge looks like.
trivia.
Trivia. Yes, trivia challenge. Next daily challenge. So that'll be fun. We get our
No, I hate seeing trivia this late in the game.
it's not that late. It could have been worse. Yeah, maybe a couple daily challenges ago we could have seen a trivia.
Yeah.
But
And you know what they don't do anymore? There used to always be an eating challenge.
yeah, they've been straying away from that as of late.
Those are my
Total
favorite.
Madness, they didn't have one eating challenge.
Yeah, I need to see. And there was a final recently that didn't have any eating either. I need an eating challenge and I need an eating portion of the final. Like that
Yes.
is what I can like.
That's like a crucial part of being a challenger.
Yeah, being able to do anything.
Yeah. And eat anything.
Uh,
Oh yeah. Thanks for joining, everybody. That wraps up our episode 8 recap. This has been fun. You've been joined by the Valentine's Challenge Express, but we will see you guys next week. Peace out.
Did we do a good job?